It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. And for Houston, they've been on a tremendous run, and we're deep enough into the season now to know that it's no mirage. These guys definitely for real. Got a couple of minutes here before tip-off. Let's talk about the best of the best. The category this time around, ball handling. Kenny, who's got the best handle?
The best handle in the league right now? Oh, easily. Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry. I'm going Kyrie number one, Steph Curry number 1A. Because I say this, Steph Curry has to use his handle to get his shot, but Kyrie uses it all the time to get everywhere on the floor.
It's Steph Curry, Jamal Crawford.
Ooh.
Then Chris Paul.
Yes.
Maybe a little Rondo, maybe Tony Parker, Derrick Rose, and my sleeper coming off the bench, Orlando, my neighbor, Elfrid Payton.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you here in Houston, Texas, the home of the Rockets, live on 2K Sports. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We look at the Clippers. Well, they're certainly excited about this one, and they'll be laying it all on the line as the intensity is palpable. Two top caliber teams facing off on the hardwood to do battle.
Yeah, and I think the Clippers, they'd probably say they'd expect to be a little higher in the standings at this point, but you can't get too down if you're them. They're still knocking on the door with an opportunity to get that top spot.
You know, they're typically a team that expects to be at the top of the standings, but if not, maybe it'll galvanize them for their playoff push.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Austin Rivers is out there with Crawford. And it's Pierce in at small forward.
For Dwight Howard, guys, there were 2 or 3 seasons in Orlando and LA that seemed like one big soap opera. So now, to me, it seems like he's happy and settled, though, here in Houston.
And Griffin, here we go. Clippers on defense. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yes, flashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt.
And it seems, Greg, that, you know, as he was just talking moments ago about Howard finding his niche in Houston, it seems he's more comfortable. Certainly a great legacy of terrific big men for the Rockets. Clark, you know that firsthand. They've had some terrific names over the years.
How about Yao Ming, Kevin, Moses Malone, Elvin Hayes, Hakeem Olajuwon. No greater roster of big men than that one there.
Good. Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Rivers against Lawson. Griffin dishes to Rivers. Harden against Crawford. Teardrop shot. Great D that time from Howard.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And the shot is good. Harden's got his first 2 points of the night.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
The Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Griffin sets the screen for Rivers. Griffin attacking. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
And regarding Griffin's low block shot number, for some guys, they simply lack a certain feel, Clark, for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots. So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Now here's Rivers. 9-point game his last outing. That's good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Clippers trail by 5. Crawford passes to Rivers. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Tries it from 9. Shot is off. And it's Houston the other way. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Good.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Houston leading by 5. Howard tries in and Howard down the jam.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Here's Pierce following the score by Houston. Rivers, and that one's good.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Eunice. Howard down with both hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Harden kicks to Howard. Harden against Crawford. Ariza outside. He dishes it to Eunice. 6 to shoot. Boom, he jams it straight down.
A rim rocker.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
I tell you what, that is some grown man strength on that attack.
Now here's Rivers. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. Picked by Griffin. Griffin a screen on Lawson. Pierce attacking. It's deflected. Here's Rivers. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Ariza with the bucket. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Here's Pierce, following the score by Trevor Ariza. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
They got worked over on the boards. That's about as plain as I can put it. You can't leave your teammates on an island down there. You need everybody going to the glass. Griffin created the space for that shot.
Rockets leading by 9. Deflects the pass. Harden outside. Leaves the dishes to Eunice. Back to Ariza. Eunice in the post. Defended by Griffin. From deep, Harden. Rebound by the Clippers. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs. So for the Rockets, Terrence Jones comes in for Monty Eunice, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Ty Lawson. Ariza against Pierce. From 8. Jump shot is good. And it's 8 points for James Harden.
And, you know, for Houston's wins at home, a lot of it had to do with their three-point shooting. I mean, they shot an average of 35% from behind the arc at home, but kept their opponents to under 30% on the year in Houston.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here's Crawford. He had 19 points in the win against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And guys, this is what makes Houston so good and why they've been so good for so long. In the last 31 seasons, they've only had 2 losing seasons. Only team in the league to do that. Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Houston leading by 8. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Doc Rivers. He told me that they're ready for an exciting game, going up against a team that's certainly capable of filling it up in a hurry. But he said we can't get so carried away trying to score with them that we get away from playing tough, gritty defense. If you slack off even a little bit, they can really go off. Guys, we'll see if they can strike the right balance and even the series. Back to you.
And Doris, thank you as always. And of course, facing an offense like this, you really have to be aware at all times of the weapons they throw at you.
Yeah, and they can light it up when they get it going. It's going to take a top-notch effort defensively to keep them in check.
And you know what? I think they're up for it. I like to hear Coach acknowledging the challenge they're facing. They know what they're in for.
Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say, of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you know, you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career.
Sure.
Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey, but you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career, and also for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game. If you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
They get the rebound. Stevenson kicks to Pierce. Los Angeles with another miss.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
The dish now to Beverly. Here's McDaniels. He's guarded by Stevenson. McDaniels passes to Capella. Puts up a 3, and that one's good. Beverly. And the Rockets lead by 9.
Well, the competitive nature was on display early in the career of Pierce. I mean, he has willed his teams to win his entire career and is baffled by anybody who doesn't want to win as bad as he does.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Kicks it out to Jones. And the rejection by Smith. 1:46 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Griffin. Rebounded by Capella.
And that competitive nature that you talked about with Pierce, that's really what sets him apart. He had so many great clutch moments in the postseason. Easily one of the most clutch players in recent memory.
So it's the Clippers now. The Rockets making the shot. Rivers dishes to Smith from past the arc. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul.
Yeah, a bit over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
For the Clippers, Aldridge comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Johnson in for Paul Pierce. Screen by Jones, Capella, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first one falls for him. Good on both.
And the Clippers not known for being an outside shooting team, but they take a large amount of deep mid-range 2s as well as their fair share of 3s.
Now here's Rivers. He has 7. Screen by Smith. Stevenson with a clean look. And again, no good by the Clippers. Here's McDaniels. Pass to Jones. Here's Brewer. Nailed from three-point land.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Rivers, and he gets it to go. Rivers has got 9.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Capella kicks to Beverly. Inside, Capella, the pass to McDaniels. There's the 3. And Lance Stevenson pulls it down.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Rockets lead by 12. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And DeAndre Jordan not a focal point offensively for this team, but as a defender, he understands he can make a big difference.
I'm not really a big scorer for our team, but that's not my job. My job is to defend and rebound for our team. And, I've accepted my role, and I feel like I'm, excelling in my role.
Jordan, a man who knows what his job is, and he likes his job, Clark, and does it very, very well. He is excelling.
Yeah, he is. He may not be the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year, but he is certainly the Clippers' Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan's become a defensive beast, an animal defensively, and really the thing of it is he's still learning and growing. He's going to continue to get better, which is scary.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side outs for them the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way.
Or handball.
Or handball.
Yeah, either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Johnson. Cole Aldridge is out there with Smith. And it's Rivers. And it's Crawford at the 2. Smith on the wing. No one near him. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And Harrell slams it in.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risks to see if they can cut that lead down.
Terry kicks to Harden. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Smith. Clippers trail by 14. Crawford with the ball. Now defended by Decker. Smith outside. Shoots the 3. And it's Smith again missing.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
There's the pick. The feed now to Crawford. Three-pointer. Los Angeles with another miss. Houston leading by 16. Harrell dishes to Harden. Over in the corner, Decker. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Decker's got his first 3 points of the game.
Dwight Howard with some slick passing on that one.
Well, Dwight Howard had that back surgery, and he's had knee trouble, and he is no longer quite as dominant Clark as the player we saw back in certainly his younger days in Orlando.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Kevin, he's still in the conversation for best centers in the NBA. I think he remains a superstar big man when he's healthy.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. Griffin comes in for Smith, and Paul Pierce is subbed in for Johnson. Pierce with a wide open look. Hits the three-point bomb. Pierce has got 7.
And you remember back in Orlando, Dwight Howard, a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, not to mention a slam dunk title. He's lost some of that lip, but still has more than just about any other center in our league.
Houston leading by 16. Terry the pass to Decker. On the wing, Harden. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out. And Howard missing a lot of time last season with various knee issues. He's taken his training and conditioning regimen to a new level, it looks like, to kind of preserve his body for the long haul.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Crawford drives in.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. I mean, but last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Unloads. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%. And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and 3-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots. A dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for.
Pierce kicks to Jordan. Terry against Rivers. Outside Pierce. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Terry dishes to Harrell. And it's blocked by Jordan. But they recover it. Now the Rockets with it. They're on a 15-6 run. Shot clock at 5. There's Harrell. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. Harrell's got his 2nd bucket.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
That's just run of the mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Dishes it to Harden. The pass to Harrell. Now here's Decker. Pierce covering. Harrell the pass to Decker. Harden kicks to Harrell. It's tipped. Griffin with the steal.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
Houston making some changes. Adiunas is checked in for Harrell. Lisa comes in for Decker. And it's Lawson in for Jason Terry.
Well, you see Blake Griffin, and he is known for his huge dunks and ability to score, but he is a very well-rounded power forward. He's one of the best power forward passers in the league.
Brewer is checked in for Houston. Griffin with it. He's got 6 inside. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Boy, just a lovely dish by Griffin.
Rockets leading by 17. And for Griffin in his passing, often you'll see him set up teammates break for easy looks and dunks.
And with the amount of times that teams have to double team Griffin, that's huge. I mean, even when he's not scoring due to defenses focusing on him, he can still impact the game with his passing.
It's Crawford with the drive. Kicks it to Rivers. Rockets with the rebound. Howard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's Ariza on the wing. He feeds it to Moniunas. Pass to Lawson. Houston moving it around. And it's blocked by Jordan. Pass to Rivers. Brewer grabs the board.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Here's Moniunas. Blake Griffin pulls it in. Griffin's got his 4th rebound in this one. Feeds it to Crawford. Griffin a screen on Lawson. Crawford dishes to Griffin. Excellent use of the screen that time. Griffin's got 8 points.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Rivers against Lawson. Goes up on the high post. Deep 2 from Crawford. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Ariza with the bucket.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Rivers passes to Crawford. Here's the floater. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Here's Moniunas. Howard down with both hands.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Maximum force on that dunk.
Rivers kicks to Griffin. Up top, Rivers. Crawford right side. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
So both teams making some changes here. Rockets leading by 19. Ariza outside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
LA's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Stevenson drives in. The open shot by Pierce, and he gets it to go from the corner. Pierce has got 9. Houston's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Tries to save it. Outside for Lawson. Here's Brewer. From outside, off the mark. Clippers trail by 19. On the wing, Stevenson. Ariza with the rebound.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Clippers were so strong on the road last season. They led the league, Clark, in field goal percentage while on the road, and actually they scored more points away from Staples than in it.
Especially down the stretch, Kevin. I mean, they finished the regular season with 8 straight road wins to get home court advantage in the first round. Superb.
And for Houston, they're shooting 59% here in the second quarter. They're playing with great confidence. Brewer, good.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Now here's Rivers. 9 points in the game so far. Griffin sets the screen for Pierce. Back to Griffin. Left block shot on the way. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Griffin's got 6 here in this quarter. Brewer pushes to Capella, and it's Ariza in the corner. And it's off from three-point range.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier. Those are two very different sounds in the NBA. A dunk and a clang of the back of the rim. He's got to straighten those out.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Terrence Jones. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first half. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And that one's good. Brewers got 4 points this quarter.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Well, looking at Terrence Jones, he really has that complete game. His ability to make a play at the rim, hit 35% of his threes. He's a multi-dimensional threat. Long player, well-schooled, falls in line, I think, very well with any good team. In this particular case, with one of the playoff teams in the West.
Yeah, he's one of the more efficient players in the league, over 53% his first 3 seasons. So defenses might want to choose to ignore somebody else.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
One thing about Corey Brewer, he's a defensive specialist, has a combination of size and quickness that's real hard to score against. I mean, equally good at defending in the half court or transition. There's too much standing around here. There's spectators out there. When you're between the lines, you got to be active and moving. They got to look to get that ball inside and get some high percentage chances.
Going back to Corey Brewer, he also has a 6th sense of sniffing out steal opportunities. Very quick hands. He's averaged 1.5 steals a game over his career.
And Kevin, Corey's one of those guys that's always going to give that effort offensively and find ways to contribute there. But more importantly, he's going to give you results on the defensive side of the ball.
He has an amazing motor. It never shuts down. Rockets leading by 22. He kicks to Beverly. He dishes it to Capella. Here's McDaniels, covered by Smith. Pass to Beverly. Here's McDaniels. And a miss there on the triple. Rivers. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Rockets on top, running away with this one. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 16 points, 8 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played a superb game. Get it? Sub, superb. Oh, I'm rolling tonight. I mean, they played like starters.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Barbecue chicken. They were completely overmatched in the low post. I couldn't believe the amount of points they allowed in the paint. Wow, I thought I was out there scoring, playing basketball. They got to switch things up, get some different matchups because they are getting eaten alive. Barbecue chicken.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
as we welcome you back. We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen.
What a performance from Harden here. He's got 16 points and 8 dimes. I'll tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
And he would have stood out just on the strength of the defense. But how about offensively? He's been clicking there as well.
Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Motiejunas and Howard the post pair. And it's Lawson in at the point guard position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Pierce. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Pierce has got the first basket of the third quarter for Los Angeles. Harden the pass to Howard. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
And so here is Houston. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Releases. And that one goes long.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
Outside Pierce. From deep. James Harden with the rebound.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Houston moving it around. Howard misses.
It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
Jordan with it. And it's Howard picking him up. And that one's good by Pierce. 90 seconds now into the second half. Lawson kicks to Harden. Motiejunas dishes to Ariza. The feed to Harden. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. When you think of James Harden, you don't think much about his athleticism. His strength, though, is exceptional for his position.
Yeah, I think that's his greatest attribute. His ball handling's good, but it's his strength. He's able to run through contact.
And Harden able to get wherever he wants on the court. I mean, he can muscle you, but he's also got that Euro step and all those moves that just leave you in a dizzy. You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
You know, Hardy, you think about how elusive he is, but at the same time, he's a guy that seeks contact. I mean, he'll entice a defender to try and reach in, and a master salesman when it comes to getting those refs to blow the whistle.
Guys, I'm not sure there's a better star player who's a better fit for his team's philosophy than James Harden. Clark reflects the Rocket system perfectly.
I don't think you're wrong on that, Kevin. I mean, the Rockets, an analytically minded team. They love layups, free throws, and threes. Harden can get all of those done.
And he gets the bucket.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
And Harden, either intentionally or not, is really the poster child for a new era of analytics that's starting to drive basketball. I mean, he generates a lot of points, but most importantly, he does it with tremendous efficiency, in part because he lives at the free throw line.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Ariza passes to Motiejunas.
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? Man, oh man.
Does he ever?
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. And the Clippers call time here.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Crawford, no luck.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Harden dishes to Moniunas. 5 on the clock. Harden against Rivers, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's Rivers. He's got 9. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Griffin sets the screen for Pierce. Back to Griffin. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Rockets leading by 21. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got 11 points. Here is Harden. He's got 22. Ariza kicks to Moniunas. Lawson in the corner. Up and in on the layup.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Crawford outside. Lets it go from deep. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got his 6th rebound on the night.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Harden the pass to Ariza. Back to Harden. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight. And so he hits the technical free throw.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
Deckers check in for Houston. Terry comes in for Ty Lawson.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Rivers against Terry. Outside Pierce. Jordan the screen. And Pierce, here we go. Can't make good off the pick.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Rockets. The Clippers shooting 41% for the game.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the 2nd spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6th going into the final games.
Houston leading by 22. The dish now to Moniunas. And the pass to Harden. Moniunas kicks to Harden. Beyond the arc. Mission incomplete. His 5th miss in 14 tries. Dishes it to Jordan. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Shoots. Here's Griffin. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Houston?
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Smith comes in for Paul Pierce. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Rockets leading by 23. Kicks to Harrell. Harden up top. He's guarded by Rivers. Griffin with the steal. And here's Rivers. He's got 11. He feeds it to Smith. Releases. And he hits the jump shot. Smith's got 5 now. For Houston, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Harrell with it. Griffin's there. Harrell, that's good.
I'm sure they're satisfied with that possession, guys. Very nice shot that time.
Los Angeles has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Terry against Rivers. Shot clock at 6. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Harden.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting...
Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh? Stolen by Terry. And now here comes Terry late in the break. That's good. 8 points for Montrezl Harrell.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
The Clippers shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Griffin a screen on Harden. Stevenson drives in. That's a 2 from Smith. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Rockets have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Harden has a wide open look. Hits it from three-point range. Harden's got 14 points here in the second half.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Pass to Smith. Back to Stevenson. Smith outside to end the run. And good on the basket. Book it. Smith's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
It's Harden with the drive. Right through the D for the layup. Harden's got 32 points in the game.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Jordan kicks to Rivers. Here's Griffin. That's tipped, and he recovers it. Lets the 3 fly, and Rivers gets it to go in on the assist by Griffin. Griffin's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Capella's checked in. Brewer comes in for Decker. KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jason Terry. Well, guys, Josh Smith, an interesting case. Clark, he shot about 2 triples a game last year, yet for the last 3 seasons, free throw percentage has been under, surprisingly, 55%.
Yeah, and that's terribly troubling. I mean, his three-point percentage improved in Houston, but the free throws, really, he can do much better than that. You look at his stroke, I think it's just a matter of concentration with Josh.
Terrence Jones is checked in for Monty Eunice.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And with Smith and his shooting, a lot of it is mental. I mean, he has a terrific stroke from anywhere. The free throws are all in his head because he can make threes. He's just got to be a little more focused. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Stevenson left side. 6 on the shot clock. Passes it to Rivers. There's the triple. No good. And it's Houston the other way.
And, you know, thinking again about Smith, he made some big shots for the Rockets last year, but you never know quite what you're going to get with him taking perimeter shots.
Jones in the post. He's guarded by Stevenson. Well, for Terrence Jones, Clark, a very scary episode to begin last season. He suffered from a rare nerve damage to his left leg.
Yeah, he wondered if he'd be able to play again after missing 3 months. He finally got back out on the court. Good for him, because I enjoy watching him play.
That one is no good.
And I tell you what, the Rockets are happy to have Terrence Jones back and healthy. They tried to acquire Bosch last season, looked like they had it, but make no mistake, Jones was always going to be a player not only with tremendous potential, but someone that they view as a valuable commodity on that roster.
And he gets it to go. McDaniels got 4 points now in the quarter.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Rivers kicks to Stevenson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And that one falls for Stevenson. Los Angeles making a switch here. All free throws good from Lance Stevenson. Here's McDaniels. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Houston on top, delivering the blowout. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Rockets shooting so well, 63%, the offense working as one cohesive unit. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Cole Aldrich. Johnson is out there with Dawson. And it's Wilcox in at the 2-guard spot. And he gets it to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
It's good from long range.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
To the middle, here's Harden. That's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Here's Prigioni. Feeds it to Wilcox. Stolen by Beverly. Jumps up. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And Los Angeles guys shooting 41% for the game. Prigioni kicks to Dawson. And Capella sends it back. And it's the Rockets on the break. And it's Brewer finishing it off.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
They set the screen. Here's Dawson. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Jones has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Capella dishes to Harden. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
We're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
Prigioni, the pass to Wilcox. On the wing, Johnson. Pass to Dawson. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Clock at 4. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Wilcox. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And good on the basket. Book it.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
The feed to Aldrich. The dish to Prigioni. No good on the triple. Rockets have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. And there's the pass to Harden. He kicks it to Brewer. Back to Harden. From deep three-point range, and the basket by Brewer.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Harden kicks to Beverly. Harden dishes to Beverly. Back to Harden. To the middle. And Aldridge sends it back. Here's Prigioni. There's a screen. He dishes it to Aldridge. Again, Los Angeles. Now Harden. Jones drives in, and he jams it with authority.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Here's Prigioni, defended by Beverly. Off the screen. It's rebounded by Houston.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Watson the pass to Harrell. That is in there. Watson with the assist. Watson's got 4 assists in the game.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Johnson, wide open. He fires. And the 3 off target. Lawson kicks to Howard. Harrell dishes to Lawson. He's looking for Howard and finds him. Can't get it to fall.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rockets have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth. 8 of 12. Three-pointer, Lawson. Rebound by Aldridge. The Clippers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Here's Prigioni. There's the pick. Dishes it to Aldridge. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it,
Oh,
too.
they do, yes, sir. Houston making a switch here. Harden's checked in. It's stolen by Wilcox. And he gets the bucket. Wilcox has got 9 points now in the quarter.
I don't think you can say enough about the quarter he's having. Every one of his attempts has gone down.
Harden outside. Kicks it to Lawson. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Here's Prigioni. Lawson defending. Here's Wilcox. It's deflected, and it turns out it's going to be a foul. He was hoping for a clean block, but the officials felt otherwise, so we'll see some free throws here. Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division, and as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs, but the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Howard, the pass to Lawson. Here's Harrell, drops in the layup for 2.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
And the Clippers making a change here. Stevenson's checked in. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Prigioni, that's a 2-pointer. But he stays with it. There's the screen. Inside. Aldridge, no good.
And with the Rockets last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go and went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries.
Prigioni kicks to Stevenson. And the Clippers miss again. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Decker dishes to Harrell. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case.
Stolen by Decker. Harden the pass to Harrell. Harden trying to get open. Harrell, that's good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
And stolen by Howard. By himself. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Reverberation throughout the entire building on that one.
It sure did. Up high and down hard on the windmill flush.
And how about the impact that's going to have on your team? You can imagine how much adrenaline starts to flow through the veins after that one.
Here's Aldridge. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Aldridge has got 6 points in the quarter. Lawson outside. He feeds it to Harrell. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. First one falls for him.
This is a positive trend for him, especially here in the second half. Shooting just above 80% right now. And that's more than respectable. That's good free throw shooting.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for Harden. And it's Terry in for Ty Lawson. Here's Prigioni. Terry covering with the shot. Prigioni can't hit.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
And it's Pablo Prigioni with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Terry with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Loses his grip and misses the dunk. Pass to Prigioni. They set the pick. Passes it to Aldridge. Drops it in from 11 feet. Aldridge has got 8 points here in this quarter. Here's Terry. Here's Houston now. They're on a 16-6 run. Howard kicks to McDaniel. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Howard's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities. Beautiful play by Lance Stevenson. He's as gifted a passer as we have in the league.
Here's Howard. Right through the D for the layup. Howard's got 22.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Houston.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
But, Greg, still 2 more games upcoming between these teams, so we could have a few more twists and turns down the road.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for James Harden. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Stolen by Decker. Here's the 3. No good. Johnson with the defensive effort. Feeds to Prigioni. On the wing, Stevenson. The 3. The shot is off. So Houston will take it the other way. And Beverly kicks to Harrell. And that's a foul called on Chuck Hayes. That'll be his second foul of the game. .35 seconds left in the 4th. Harden's shot is off. Pass to Johnson. Hayes with it. Now guarded by Harrell. Now here's Hayes. Guarded closely. There's the pick. 5 on the clock. Prigioni, that's a 2-pointer. Rebound by Harrell. It's deflected. Here's Harden. Misses the shot. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They've won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with James Harden. Congratulations on this win. It was a team effort, aided by this electric home crowd atmosphere. What made the difference?
We just trying to play solid defense. Talk to each other, help each other out. The crowd was amazing tonight. It was unbelievable. Like I said, I'm happy for our guys. And, we got a good victory at home.
Communication's so key. James, thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, Have a wonderful evening.